Tony D and Guest Dog, and here with the Screenwriter's Rant on Santa Isn't Real, a horror movie that once again takes a childhood thing and ruins it for everyone. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. It's just my opinion, but yeah, I think these kinds of movies just ruin childhood things because, I don't know. I don't know why they bother. Because, you know, the only people who would kind of think that Santa Claus are real are too young for a movie like this. I wouldn't let my kid watch a movie like this. And the people who are older, like, you know, you're just, I don't know. Ruining more Christmas things. So the premise is, on Christmas one year, this woman named Nikki was attacked by a man dressed as Santa and was put in a coma for a year. And she wakes up, and then her friends, of course, want to take her to a cabin so they can celebrate Christmas. I know that's what I would want to do. And they play, different heavy metal versions of Christmas music, and they say things like, "You better watch out." And here's the scene where Santa kills a priest. I mean, I'm not sure who is this angry at Christmas, but apparently they've been given the budget to make a movie. Let's see the credits here. Written, produced, and directed by Zach Locke, who apparently really hates Santa. Let's see. Do I recognize any of the actors? No. They're all pretty young, though. So, yeah. So, basically, Santa as a slasher murderer guy. I think they've done this before. What was that movie? I can't think of the name of the movie. Oh, gosh. The one where Santa... it's not supposed to be the real Santa. There he is. It just... You know, it's just making something else that's nice creepy for no reason. So I find these movies sadistic. I don't find them very scary. You know, they're not very organic. It's all about the theme. Like, oh, it's going to be Santa. Santa's going to murder people. How can we facilitate that to make it, more evil and horrible? First act, Nikki is attacked, goes into a coma for a year, wakes up. Second act, they come up with a plan to go to the cabin to get away from it all. But of course, evil Santa shows up to murder everybody. Second act, they're murdered one by one, until the third act, they turn the tables on Santa and either figure out who he is or just kill him, I guess. There's scenes where, like, you see his feet come out of the chimney, and I guess that's supposed to be creepy. It's just kind of stupid. So, yeah, I wouldn't see this. Even though I like horror movies. Oh, okay, here's a write-up. After suffering a brutal attack on Christmas Eve, a young woman, Nikki, struggles to convince her friends that the assailant was none other than old Kris Kringle. When Santa returns to terrorize the group in their remote cabin for next Christmas, Nikki and her friends must overcome disbelief as they fight to stay alive. I mean, it's not even like a guy who's made up at Santa. I mean, it's clearly a mask. He puts his finger on his nose, and you could see, like, the mask move when he does that. So, yeah, this reminds me of the Banana Splits movie they made, where they made all the Banana Splits evil. And I don't like that either. Look, can't you just make a creepy movie that takes place, if you have to, on Christmas? Can't you make up a story? Why do you have to take other stories and subvert them? The story of Kris Kringle, it's a fun story. I don't see why you gotta... There's plenty of already stories about murder. You have to go out of your way to take the good stories and subvert them. Nobody ever takes the evil stories and makes them nice. I mean, it'd be hard to do, I guess. Why not just make something up? And then if you gotta have a Christmas theme, throw some Christmas into it, I guess. There's already Krampus, and I know they've done a bunch of Krampus movies, but what is this? What is this? I guess you could call it subversion. I guess. It just kind of annoys me that they keep making movies like this. It's like anything, nothing's sacred, right? Nothing's sacred. Nothing's off limits. Oh, we got to take something and turn it into a horror movie. So I say no. I say no on this. Just no. No, slasher movies are done to death anyway. It's always, ever since Scream brought it all back. There's butcher knives and which is such an impractical weapon for killing people. Really, a butcher knife. It's just very impractical. It's big. It's wieldy. It's not even a good knife to stab people with, really, when you think about it. At least if they had guns, like, you could be like, okay, guns. But the whole slasher movie thing just has to die. Pardon the pun. It really has to die. I'm so sick of seeing these. There's no vision here. It's just a by the numbers kind of slasher movie every single time. I mean, you want to talk about formulaic. And who is this for now? The people who this would be for used to go to movies back in the 80s when movies were still big. Now, people binge this stuff. I gotta think, if you're binging this, if you're watching it on streaming, you must get so bored you just zoom ahead to the murders and the ending. I gotta think, who could sit through this? I just don't have the attention. I barely have the attention span to sit through anything. I can't imagine a Gen Zer having the willpower to even sit through this entire thing. And it's not just this. I'm not just picking on these guys. They made a movie, that's something. But, man, I just wish there was something different in here. Even the whole evil Christmas thing has been done. I'm just so sick of it. Anyhow, Santa isn't real. That's my take. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. They're even ruining that. There's a horror movie for that. That's more mainstream, though. I'm going to eat some delicious turkey today. I hope you have some place to go and have tons of food. If not, get yourself out to one of these restaurants that's making Thanksgiving dinner. I think you'll won't care after you stuff your face. You'll feel good about yourself. Fill that void of inside you with food, I say. And that's it for me, Tony D, and the dog somewhere in the house. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes, because YouTube continues to slowly destroy their own platform, in my view. So, better you're at Rumble, Odysee, and Bitchute than here. But thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.